Assalamu alaikum everybody. My name is Miriam Farid and today I am talking about abuse, and I've been getting questioned by somebody, my admin, some questions that I will answer. Go on, Kai.
Could you tell me why you're talking about abuse?
I'm talking about abuse today because I was abused as a child.
How did it affect you?
It affected me physically, emotionally, mentally.
Okay. Could you just go a bit in about your story?
My story. I was 3 years old when I was taken away from my mother. My mom is English, my dad is Pakistani. He took me to Pakistan when I was 3 years old. He had a forced marriage in Pakistan to an Asian woman who wouldn't look after me and didn't want to take care of me. So my father passed me on to the immediate family. So he came back to England with his new wife and got more kids and totally forgot about me, that I was in Pakistan. I had no contact with my father from 3 years old till 9 years old. So I was passed on from one family to another. I can remember walking on the streets barefooted with a little frock on and stuff, and trying to fit into different relatives' families and get accepted, which I never got. I never got accepted. When those kids used to call their mom and dad, and I used to copy and call them their parents mom and dad, and the kids will say, "That's not your mom and dad. That's my mom and dad." So these kind of things really affected me from a young age, from 3 years old, growing up. So also looking at children getting hugged and kissed, and not knowing where my next meal is, where my next bed is going to be, where I'm going to end up end of the day and stuff like that. So when I was 9 years old, I came back to England thinking I'm getting passed on to another family in UK. So not knowing that guy is my father, but he never sat me down and said that, I'm your father and you're my daughter. So that never actually happened. So I had to quickly get fit in with house routines and stuff like that. At 9 years old, I used to clean nappies, and in those days they had woolly nappies, and you have to bleach them and clean them, go hang them outside. And I had a routine with stepmother telling me everything to. If I didn't do that, and I wouldn't get a chapati to eat or food to eat, and she would put it separately on a separate plate, away from her kids, like I'm different. So I used to sit on the steps thinking, maybe I will find out who these people are. So I used to overhear, neighbors, Asian ladies used to come and see my stepmom saying, "Oh no, oh she's not yours," and "Is she from a white woman?" This and that and whatever. These kind of things really affected me. So then later on, I was abused from somebody, a family member. He was a guy, and I was only 9, 10 years old. So it went on till age 14, 15. And I think I was 13, 14 when I told a teacher at school, because she asked me why I'm not getting changed in PE. So she took me in the office and she says, "Is everything okay at home?" So I told her that, my stepmom was hitting me, and she was washing my hair with, fairy liquid, and some guy were touching me and stuff like that. So I thought my father will be called in school, but my father was working, or he was away. I can't remember that far back, but my stepmom had to come in the office, and she says, "Oh, she's telling stories, she's lying," but she actually knew, because it was her nephew that abused me. So these kind of things really affected me. I felt lonely. I felt I was to blame for somehow, when I wasn't. Looking back at it now, I know that it's not my fault. When you're being abused, it's not your fault. So if anybody is out there thinking that you're getting abused because it's your fault and somehow you're to blame, you are not to blame. Trust me, you're not to blame, because I've been through this and I know. And Asian families don't like talking about sexual abuse because they like to shove it under the carpet and hide it and say it's disrespectful and this and that. It isn't, because if you've been through any kind of abuse, yeah, you will know that, you know, families, Asian cultures, they like to hide it. But why hide it? Because you could get that person into trouble, get them arrested, tell about it, you know, be open about it. Why hide it? So try and keep your kids safe and know who they're around. And what else can I say is that, you know, if anybody out there is getting abused, please tell your teacher at college or university. You can go to the police station. You know, you go to doctors and tell them as well. So make an appointment to see a doctor and say to doctor, you know, you have got some problems at home and you don't know what to do about it, and you know, somebody will help you. And you know, don't be afraid. So please take that step and get some help. And you can message somebody and tell them in that way as well. Text them, and then they will approach you, or they will approach somebody and tell on your behalf that you're getting abused and stuff like that. So I want to support abuse kids, abuse mothers. Anybody can be abused. It could my father got abused from my stepmother. You know, he was always getting abused, because every time I tried seeing him, I couldn't see him because of my stepmother. Because you know, or she's a mixed race, so she can't come and see you and stuff, you know. And I used to get my stepsisters drag me down the stairs and stuff like that. I've had it all, so I know what I'm talking about, you know. In the society of Asian families, you know, they're not accepting mixed race children as well, so that's really hard. And they're not accepting, there's Asian guys who in the society are having kids from English girls, and the English girls have reverted to Islam, and Asian families are not accepting them because they want their putter and their son to marry an Asian girl, you know, and into their caste and stuff like that. And it's you should be accepting that revert sister, because that revert sister is come to your Islam, you know, and she's accepted your way of your life. So you should accept her, and you should accept the child as well, you know. Please do not turn those sisters back, and respect them, and show them that love and caring. So if any sisters or anyone want me to talk about any other subjects, please let me know, and inbox me, message, comment, so that I can talk about any other subjects. So this is my life, and when my book comes out, hopefully that you can read my chapters, what I've been through, and you know, how my life is affected now, because I didn't get no help. So inshallah, I hope to see you all again in my next video, next subject. So take care, love you loads. Please comment and share. Thank you, bye.